I can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand. You felt so good in it, no bigger than a minute. How it amazes me, you're changing with every blink. Faster than a flower blooms, they grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. I never felt so much in one little tender touch. I live for those kisses, your prayers and your wishes. And now you're teaching me how only a child can see. Tonight while we're on our knees, all I ask is please let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. So innocent, precious soul. You turn around and it's time to let them go. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. Let them be little.
Kids can't. We hear it all the time.
Kids don't care about the community.
Kids can't be leaders.
Kids are too young to understand.
Muchos niños no saben lo que está pasando en el mundo hoy.
Kids don't care about the environment.
Kids can't make a difference.
Okay, let's just challenge that whole notion.
I can.
I can.
I sure can. I can't get over my fears.
I believe I can achieve great things in life.
I believe that being different isn't a bad thing.
I am a leader. I am trustworthy.
So let's get real. Kids can achieve what they put their minds to.
We can make a difference.
We are making our community better.
Yes, we can.
The Best of Berwyn program recognizes the top 8th grade students and their families and support systems that have really gotten them to this point in their life where they're high achievers, great in academics, great in community service, and leading a high ethical and moral lifestyle.
It epitomizes what our schools are all about, but it epitomizes what our community is about because they include not only scholastic aptitudes, but they include community activism too.
It's not always the highest academic performing student that's chosen. It is really the most well-rounded student who is a good citizen, is hardworking, and has a great work ethic.
People think that teenagers are all about fun and just partying or negative stuff, when really there are a lot of people like the Best of Berwyn candidates that that really help out in the community and show they care.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to showcase some of the brightest kids in the community, and gives us a chance to not only celebrate them for what they've accomplished, but also just kind of join with them and show support as they step into that new chapter in their life.
I believe it prepares them for life. You know, I mean, it's when you're going out there for a job interview, or you're going out there, you need to talk about yourself. You need to boast yourself and make yourself confident. And I believe this interview, these things prepare them for what they need to in life.
It looks really good on if you're applying for an honor society. I got into National English Honor Society, and it really looks good on your application.
Students are nominated by educators, the school districts, community leaders, or elected officials.
Every student has access to be the best of Berwyn, and I believe we have so many candidates out there that are ready and willing to take on this process.
When I found out that I was nominated, I was excited and happy, and my family was proud of me because they know how hard I work in school, because I always have to try and there's no one there who's gonna guide me. I guide myself.
I was really happy. I was like, oh yay.
I felt like I was being recognized for who I am, and it felt amazing.
When I was nominated and I told my mom that I had actually made it, she was extremely proud of me. I actually didn't tell her I was going to try out for it because I wanted to surprise her if I did make it, and she was very surprised. There was a few tears shed because she was so proud of me.
When I got home, I came in with the yellow package in my hand. My mom thought, "What did you do? Are you in trouble?" And I said, "No, Mom."
You kind of understand how big of a thing the Best of Berwyn is, and you know, you did well in school, and I guess it just all pays off.
Our judging process seeks to really get to know the student. Our goal throughout the judging is to make the student comfortable so that we get an idea of who they truly are, so that we can judge them fairly. So we try to compile our judging panels with a wide array of people from the community leaders that look at the world really through different eyes and have different expectations and goals and the things that they do that make Berwyn what it is today.
Well, what amazes me about each kid coming in is how poised and how, you know, calm they are. You know, I was nervous coming in judging, and to see, you know, these 8th graders just come and sit down in front of a room with 5, 6, 7 strangers they don't even know, with cameras and lights and microphones and everything.
At first I was feeling nervous about tonight in the interview, but then we had a talk with our principal, and he told us what to do and how to act, and I think I feel more comfortable now, and I don't actually feel nervous.
As soon as after school hit, I was like, oh my God, I'm interviewing for Best of Berwyn tonight, and I started freaking out.
My principal interviewed me for practice today, and I planned out everything that I was going to say in my head. I made up fake questions, but coming in here I forgot everything. So
I prepared by just calming myself down, telling myself to have confidence in myself and not really just be myself, really.
Not really nervous about the interview, you know, just have to be myself, just relax a little bit.
I'm not nervous, but I'm nervous. You get me?
I get it.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you really, or are you just agreeing with me?
Going into the process, you somehow forget about last year's process until you get to that first interview and you realize that you're in the room with some special 13 and 14-year-olds. It's pretty consistent that the kids that you have here are really the best in the city of Berwyn.
So if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
It all started with Big Bang. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's enough.
People would describe me as a bubbly person. I'm really easy to get to know. I like to talk. I love to read. I'll read anything from the nutrition info on a cereal box to the encyclopedia.
My favorite sport is soccer, and I like soccer because you work in a team, and I like working as a team because it really brings out your skills and what other people do.
Since I love music, I love exploring new things. I don't like just listening to the music I have now. I listen to old, even some classical sometimes. I also love to build Legos. I have a ton in my room. I either build them all around 3 or 4 times each.
I read a lot. You can ask my parents. I don't talk to anybody because I'm so busy reading. I read a lot of books. I play a lot of sports outside of school. I play football and anything I can get myself into.
I'm a very responsible person, and I like to do many activities like reading, and I'm very helpful for anyone who needs help. I'm a very trustworthy person. I like to help out my community. I like to help out with people. I work hard at everything I do. I want to be a good person. I try to be a good person every single day. I respect everybody that I talk to. I try to maintain my grades to an A. I try my best in homework and the projects we get in school.
I am a very athletic person. I like to play a lot of sports. I'm very energetic, and I've been told I'm a good person to be around. I'm always trying to make people happy and trying to think positive and always trying to see the bright side of things.
I've been in advanced classes since I was in 4th grade, and I've been maintaining a 4.1 GPA these whole 3 years at Freedom Middle School.
Like for me personally, I never have, like, it's get home, do my work, practice my monoline, practice my clarinet, practice for Girl Scouts, do all my other stuff. Like, I never have time, like, to hang out with friends, to go outside, spend quality time with my family. Even though I'm doing all of that, I still have my grades up. I've gotten straight A's like the past 2 quarters, and I'm really proud of myself, but I do it. Somehow it works.
The one expectation I have every time I judge is that I'm probably going to leave thinking that I'm really a slug, or at least I was in 8th grade compared to these kids.
I'm really into school sports, but I was kind of nervous in 6th and 7th grade, so I didn't really join that many sports. But this year, I decided to go all out and join everything I can. I joined jazz band. I was in the Heat, the Heritage Earth Action Team, for a while. And I was also in intramural volleyball and basketball. We actually made it to championships with Freedom.
I love to sing and dance and be creative in the performing arts. I've been in choir since 6th grade. I'm in the math team at school, and I won the 3rd place ribbon last year for the team event.
My daytime hobbies are competitive swimming for the past 7 years. I'm in about 5 school clubs, including choir and drama. I'm also in NJHS, PBIS, and Battle of the Books.
I've been in basketball, and I'm in a volleyball all-star team. And I also participate in the after-school program in Heritage.
I play the violin. I've been playing since I was in 3rd grade, 5 years. I play at Merit School of Music in downtown Chicago. I like to play volleyball. I'm in volleyball at school. I'm in NJHS. I'm in band. I was in West 40. We actually won 1st place.
By being in NJHS, which is National Junior Honor Society, I already help out the community, but I think that we should get more kids, because I know that the kids that are in NJHS are obligated to do that. But what about the kids who aren't? I think that they should all care about our community.
I think community involvement is very important, and the reason I say that is because you grow up in a shell unless you know what's going on around you. How do you know what you're going to do in life? How do you know where you can make a difference? So I believe that once they become active in their community, know what the community is about, that helps round them into the type of citizen that they're going to become in the future.
I help out when I get the chance, like volunteer work. At my church, I helped out give food and clothing to the homeless.
I volunteer mostly at my parish at St. Mary of Sal. There's a homeless shelter there called Pads, and basically I serve them a warm meal and set out the mattresses, the beds, the blankets, and just interact with them, see how their life is.
I've gone to Cook's Manor, the Veterans Rehabilitation Center, Pads, which is right around here in North Berwyn. I've gone to the British Home, played games with the elderly just for an hour, just make them feel a little better.
I actually go out and I go to Chicago, and I go to Lower Record Drive to feed the homeless. At first, I felt like I was higher than that person, like as a human. And I thought to myself that I need to humble myself, that these people are just like me.
The unique thing about some of the questions and the answers that are given every year are really the challenges that our students face. So if you look at our program in year one, some of the answers that were given 12 years ago are similar to the answers that are given today. But truly, the goals, the ways to overcome some of these challenges are similar also.
Some of the hardest things about being a teenager are trying to be your own person when there's so many people around you trying to make you be their definition of perfect. Society is definitely something that gets to teenagers, and you always have to try to look past that vision of perfect and just be who you are. And along the way, people are going to accept you no matter what.
I think a lot of challenges that kids my age are facing today are peer pressure, because it's hard sometimes to fit in, but sometimes you have to realize that it's not about fitting in, it's about being yourself, and it'll all fall into place.
I think the hardest thing of being a teenager is that you have a hard time expressing yourself and that you're scared to show who you really are.
I would say trying to fit in, but there's always like specific groups of people that would like try to get you to sit with them at lunch or just go hang out with them after school, but you just have to stay with your one group of friends and you'll be fine. Probably bullying, I think. I think it's a really big issue, but I think that some of the students don't really think of it as bullying. I think they think it as teasing. Some students really can't define that line, so I think that's one of the biggest issues for kids at our age.
I feel like a lot of kids aren't raised with respect. They don't know how to respect who's older than them. And so I just feel like it's a problem that people don't respect who they are. And some kids they don't get the opportunities they should.
I feel like school is something so important that people here in the United States are lucky to have. There's other people in third world countries that don't get education, or the girls have to go through a lot of trouble to get to school, and here we have it easily, and people are not taking it seriously, and it means so much for us to be doing, and they're not caring whatsoever for it.
They look at school like something they don't have to do. They don't do their homework. They don't do anything. So I would change, maybe show them, do a big presentation about how school will really help you in life. Like, my mom is actually in school right now, and you have no idea how proud I am in her also.
Truly, I think your heart of the community are your future leaders, the people that live in there, the people that will continue to live there, as well as the people that will allow a community to grow. And if these kids are anything towards the future of the city of Berwyn, I think that the future is bright. But we've seen that every year.
When I grow up, I want to be a marine biologist and help just keep the acidity level down in our oceans and help clean up garbage.
I think that by becoming a psychiatrist, I can help people, not only in my community, but around, because I think that a mental illness or just having something wrong with you that you were born with and maybe you can't change is something that no one should go through. You can't change it, but you can fix it.
I would be a veterinarian because I like being to help animals since they need someone to speak for their voice because they can't talk and that they need to be taken care of.
I know a few police officers, and I've always wanted one to be one since I was first grade because I found it so fascinating that they're so tough and strong, but yet they're so gentle because they're helping other people and they're like teachers, but outside of school because they're helping people who are maybe still a little confused and lost in the real world to help them get their priorities straight.
I really like soccer, and I think I really want to be a soccer player, but that doesn't always work out. And I want to be an engineer for cars. My uncle, he's an engineer too, and he has taught me a lot of things. So we've gone through I fixed cars with him, and I think it's a really fun career, and that's what I imagine myself doing.
I want to go into law because ever since I was a young child, I'm always debating with my parents or with anybody that I could come up with,
Like just the other day, me and my friend were debating about the simplest of things because I never want to argue. I want to debate it and I want to see that I can win. And when you enter law and you become a lawyer and then you get into the politics, that's what you're constantly doing. And it's always reinforcing your speaking skills and the way you present yourself towards people.
I wanted to play professional basketball, but I noticed that I'm not gonna grow anymore.
Okay.
So I probably wanted to be a doctor because my mom's a doctor at the University of Illinois at Chicago. So that's what I would want to do and follow in her footsteps.
2 ideas in mind. I would like to either be a veterinarian because I have a very strong connection with animals, and I would also like to be a professional volleyball player because volleyball is my passion.
I would like to work in the medical field because growing up, I used to help my dad, because he used to have a wound on his leg, and I would help them. And when I used to go to the hospital, I used to talk to the nurses and they would teach me what they do and I got to go behind with them. And it always interested me because I would like to help out people and know that I could save somebody's life.
I want to work at a hospital. I want to work specifically with cancer patients. My family has been affected by cancer, breast cancer specifically. A lot of people have passed away, my relatives. And I really like to be around kids. So I think that it's just a perfect environment for me, you know.
If I don't get to go to the WNBA, I would like to either be a sports journalist because if I can't do what I love, then it would be amazing to write about it. Or I would also like to be an interior fashion designer. And although those are 2 very different goals, those are both things that make up me. I love fashion and I love sports. It's just who I am.
Why should we pick you to be the winner of the Best of Berwyn contest?
Well, I'm kind of awesome, but other than that, I think I deserve it. Like, I do so well in school and outside of school as well. Like, I'm not a bad kid, so I think I deserve it.
I want to do more in this community than just be a good student at school. I actually want to help out and make Berwyn a better place. I think to be Best of Berwyn, you have to be a leader, you have to be well-spoken, you have to be out there, you have to be fun and active and creative. And I do think I do have all of those qualities.
I'm just really excited to be here. And if I win or not, I'm just excited that I was able to go through this journey of Best of Berwyn.
I would be very proud because not only would I have that accomplishment, but I would get Subway for a week.
Who gave you that?
I asked my mom, she's like, sure.
Without question, it reaffirms everything that you hope the youngsters of today have. It certainly enlightened me and showed me that these kids are very, very smart, very intelligent, and a lot of them just have great heads on their shoulders, and if anything, I'm envious. These are kids that clearly have a great path in front of them that a lot of us as youngsters just didn't see. So I wanted to just congratulate every single one of them, and there were no losers. Every single one of them was absolutely ready for the challenges ahead of them.
The interview went a lot better than I expected. They were a lot easier and they were not as on you. They were actually laughing what you had to say, and they were a lot easygoing than what I expected they would be.
I thought that I was gonna walk in and see a bunch of men vicious and fierce, but it wasn't like that.
I was a little bit nervous at first, but then as the questions started coming in, I noticed nothing to worry about. It's pretty simple. Just have to be yourself.
It was more of a conversation than it really was an interview. That's what I thought.
I over-prepped and I over-stressed, definitely. I thought it was gonna be so stressful, but it wasn't. Those people were actually really nice and really easy to talk to.
I think the Best of Berwyn not only teaches the students, the kids, but also the adults and the community just what a 13, 14-year-old can do. I think sometimes we put limitations on a young person, but then as we see them go through their life, and especially in this process, we really are amazed somewhat by the things that they're doing, but really not surprised.
Kids can.
Kids can achieve what they set their mind to do. Kids can be leaders. Yes, we can.
I can.
We are making our community a better place.
We are making a difference.
I am outgoing.
I am awesome. I am perfectly weird.
Be courageous.
Be funny. Be strong.
Achieve. Pay it forward.
Be yourself.
I was excited to be a part of Best of Berwyn. Okay. Yeah, do I have to start all over?
Wait, I haven't no wonder if she was chewing gum because I didn't have to say your name. Save that for me.
Oh.
All right, take two.
Macarena.
I don't hear any music.
I don't know the lyrics.
All right, what's a double min?
I did nothing but look in the camera.
For like 3 seconds.
I have a very profound love for Justin Bieber.
Well, there's other people in the room that have the same love. Okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Thanks for watching.
You're the best around. Nothing's going